Are you feeling hopeless? Feeling shamed of your past? Are you holding on to unforgiveness? Are there wounds that need to be healed? Oh my God, can I have a witness? I see the hands going up. These are wounds that need to be healed. They cause difficulty accepting forgiveness and especially forgiveness of God because you're not open to it. No, I'm not preaching in here. I'm going to be talking with somebody who has lived this and is courageous enough, generous enough to share it. Let's welcome Justine Cohen, born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, moved to the U.S. early in her 20s, and she now lives in South Florida. Kingston 21. Right, Justine?
Yes, definitely.
So how are you doing? I mean,
I'm
you're
great.
you're an accomplished lady, MBA in accounting, and yet you were having issues with the other side. I mean, certified childhood educator, certified public accountant, bare things. So, what could have was so?
Well, I mean, like everybody else, life takes a hold of you, and when you decide to do things in your own will and not according to the Lord, then you make some wrong turns, and it's a slippery slope.
Share a bit of what the pain is without, as far as you're comfortable. You know what I mean? Not graphic details. It's not that kind of show.
Right.
It's about empathy. So as much as you want to share so we can understand that, yeah, this is not just a window dressing thing. It was real.
Yes. So, well, to be honest, it's so from childhood. So I grew up in a single parent home. My mom.
You and more than half of Jamaica.
Yes, exactly. Right. So I grew up with my mother, and because of work, she was away a lot. So, I was with a nanny for the most part of my early life. And just, I guess, the fact of not having a father, which I think a lot of people, at first I used to think that that's not really a good excuse for anything, but it's real. It's a real effect. It really has an effect on your life. I seek that love from boys, from men.
That's the when you assemble. One sec, please. When that's when you get stuff, DIY things, and you assemble it and piece of the part left out. To run.
Yes.
We don't come with stuff we don't need. There's a reason why the thing's set. So you have a mother and a father, right?
Exactly.
As much as women take on more than 3/4 of the sky, there's a reason why there are men around. There's something that we need to do that is of value to somebody else.
Exactly. So I really believe that because of that, I look to men, and I look to older men. I was 12 or 13 in my first relationship, and my boyfriend at the time was 4 years older than me. So, that relationship ended up in abuse and all of that, and it just took me into a life that I went spiraling out of control, basically,
And yet the other side of your brain was doing what it had to do. That's the thing with hurt, right? You're shining, you're excelling, but you're hurting.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So it's something, and it's things that if you leave it alone, I mean, you can bury it and it would seem like everything is fine, but eventually it will rear its ugly head, and people will see. Because I was able to hide it for years that I was going through a lot of pain and hurt, and it's probably in the last 2-3 years people were able to see it on my face, which is why the name of the book is The Truth Behind My Smile. Because I am someone who is always smiling, and nobody would know looking on me, but people started to see behind the smile.
What did see? What, the eyes? Because sometimes you can,
Yeah. So I had people working.
You had them in farmer, You had them in farm for you.
Yes.
Them in the most dilate, and people say, no, I'm not well. No, she's not doing well.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking fabulous in every single way and smiling, and your eyes kind of just sad.
Yeah. They tell the truth. They said they're the windows to your heart, I think.
Yes, man. Them give it the story. Them good.
Yes.
That's why sometimes people wear dark glasses.
Well, I'm not a dark glasses fan.
Me neither.
So
but some people
I
do
can't
that.
hide behind the
Yes. So, what's the process? What was the process now of getting you to the point of harnessing what was at your disposal, which would be your faith and your own courage?
So it's been writing this book has been on my heart for 3 years. I think the Lord really wanted me to share my story and just how I've overcome, for the most part, with His help, just to encourage others. So what happened, my most major event, or most recent major event, was going through a divorce. And after coming through that and, getting on the other side of forgiveness and being at peace, and during COVID, having to sit down and be still, I really felt the prompting of the Lord to start writing. And the whole process was within 3 months, I was able to write the book, publish it, and release it, to everybody.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's something that I knew was really something that the Lord wanted me to do. Just the fact that the process of writing to publishing was pretty seamless.
Wow.
And I'm not a writer.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So it was like labor, right? The baby will come. He just,
Yeah.
if you're ready or not, it'll come.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So what did it feel like when that was manifested, where you could then just share it and say, there, absorb it? You could, because it's part process for you and part process for out of generosity to help others.
Yes.
What did it feel like when you see the thing, you hold the book in your hand and it's online and people can get it? How did that feel internally?
It was a mixture of emotions, because it was a little bit scary, because now everybody will know, everybody will know my story. And what held me back for so many years writing it was just being ashamed and the fear of judgment.
Sure.
So holding it in my hand and saying, oh gosh, because initially when I wrote it, I was like, I just going to write it for me, because to be honest, Jerry, the writing process was healing for me.
Yes.
So I was writing it just for me initially, and then the Lord is like, you need to release it. And I was like, oh, this is scary, but exciting and at the same time.
Yeah. Exposing yourself is always scary.
Yes.
Yeah. And judgment comes fast and heavy for the people who are not there for you. They're the ones who are going to say, hey, then that's how she did stay.
Yes.
How do you counteract that? How do you keep your faith sufficiently strong that you're primarily dependent upon God, as opposed to, because even no matter how strong your faith is, people are going to just be unfiltered. As Jamaicans, the same thing that makes us creative and excellent is the same thing that makes us really cruel.
Yes.
You just looking at the face and say, hey, where your maga don't go? You know what I mean? And the person might be a stage 3 cancer.
Exactly.
And that doesn't kind of go down with that. Say, hey, then you have to tell me. And it's just very flippant. So no amount of faith can save you from it. But what I'm interested in is, how do you then not fall when that kind of craziness just lick you between the eyes? Because this is Jamaica. We're just careless.
Yeah. So in all honesty, I have an incredible support system.
Good.
And I think that's important for everybody to have, because life hits you at all angles. And I, in the last year, have grown in my relationship with God as well. So the combination of the two really, really helps me to withstand any negativity that's coming my way. And I try not to focus on it, and I try to focus on the fact that God asked me to do this, and I'm being obedient. So I know in obedience, I'm going to have some kind of opposition. So it's expected, but I am walking in. I finally made up my mind to walk in the way that He wants me to walk, and just based on my past, this is what I want to do going forward. So I just have to just take the negativity as it comes.
Right. So we have people of all types, and just various experiences and predispositions. So I hear the cynic saying, "How you know says God?"
How I know is God? It's based on my relationship and just confirmation. Confirmation is usually how you know it's God.
That's right.
So I will hear from God, or a voice that I am saying is God or the Holy Spirit, and somebody else will come and say exactly, or close to what I heard. And, it would be more than one ways of confirmation. It wouldn't just be just one thing. Because, the devil speaks to you as well. So,
yeah, you have to sort it out, yes.
Yes. So it's confirmation is what really, makes you know that it's the Lord speaking to you. And just as I said, this process was so seamless that it had to be God.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you. Before we wrap it, Justine, tell us, how do we get a hold of it? What are the platforms? How do we contact you? All that good stuff.
So currently it is on Amazon, and I know for Amazon to get to Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, people would have to go through the media, the courier people, like, Ship Me or whatever it is. So it's on Amazon. The name of the book is The Truth Behind My Smile, From Brokenness to Healing. When you search for it, sometimes you have to look at books released in the last 30 to 60 days. So it will come up on the top. I am on Instagram at Find Healing _ through THRU Truth.
Find Healing
_ through THRU. Truth.
If you're amenable, we can talk about that after air. But Justine, thank you so much. I'm really happy that you've stepped out in confidence, and the truth will set you free.
Yes, it will. It will. It really has.
Well, be free, my sister, and thank you so much. We appreciate your using your pain for other people's progress.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bless you.
All right. Bless you too.
All right. When we come back, we connect with